Good day, this is Mystic Chivisin, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. I celebrate you for taking up this course in graphic designing. I celebrate you a lot. One thing that makes a good graphic designer is having a good knowledge of what graphic design is all about and mastering a particular graphic design tool. There are different tools you can use for your to to do graphic designing. These tools are softwares you can use maybe on your PC or on your phone. We have softwares like CorelDRAW, Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and many of them. And um, we also have tools like Pixel Lab, Canva, and many of them. So in this video, we'll be going through an overview in Photoshop. In this particular graphic design class, we'll be using Adobe Photoshop for this class. So we'll be going through an overview in Photoshop. So if you have Photoshop installed, by this time you should have Photoshop installed in your system. Any version of Photoshop. We have the CS and we have the CC. The CS and the CC. CS has different versions like CS2, CS3, CS5, CS6, and the CC we have CC 2015, 2017, 2019. We also have 2020, depending on the PC you are using. But I always advise people to try to use an updated version of um, a software. Anytime a a software vendor upgrades their software, they always add new features to the upgraded version. That is why I always advise people to always use upgraded, except your PC is not doesn't have the capacity to carry the upgraded version. But if your PC has the capacity, I always advise people to use upgraded versions of their software. So having said that, we are going to be launching our Photoshop so that we'll see how the environment looks like. We'll see how the environment looks like. I have Photoshop CC 2015 installed in my system already. So what you're going to be doing is you locate where that software is being installed on your system, depending on the Windows, on the operating system you're working with, depending on the operating system you're working on. So you're going to be locating where your software is installed and launch it. So I'll be opening my Adobe Photoshop. This is my Adobe Photoshop CC 2015. With just a click, I'll be opening it and it will launch. Okay, our Photoshop is launching. Our Photoshop is launching. CC stands for Creative Cloud. Creative Cloud. I hope you learn a lot from this graphic design course you are taking. All right, our Photoshop has launched. Our Photoshop has launched. This is how the environment of Photoshop looks like. For those that are not familiar with Photoshop, um, I'm very sure that you will like to work with it because it has a user friendly interface. It has a user friendly interface that you can work with once you master it. So this is how Photoshop environment looks like. This is how it looks like. Now when you're launching your Photoshop for the first time, your own might not look like this because I've every graphic designer has a particular way they customize their tools. They customize their tools or windows to look like in the way they work best. So this is my environment. in this, okay, let me quickly just do a quick introduction here. When in this environment here, this bar here are called your menus. They are your menus. You know, a menu is like a particular list that has a particular this thing that has list under it. Like for example, when you go to a restaurant, for example, they will give you a menu that has the list of the food they have. So anything that has list is called a menu. So this has different list under different options under them, like your file, you have the new, open, your edit, you have other options under it. So these are the menus, and all these tools here, they are called your windows. All these ones, they are called your windows. So particular I've customized my Photoshop to look like this. Ordinarily, what you will see in your Photoshop, especially at this your right hand corner, might not be this thing you're seeing here. What you will see here will be something like color, this color. That is what you will see here. And you will see other thing like adjustment here. I personally remove them because I don't really work with them regularly. So I put the things I work with regularly, which are this my character window and my layer window. So all these things are windows. This is your tool window. This is your tool window. This is your character window. This is color window, swatches window, paragraph window. So all these are your windows. Maybe when we go deeper into this class, you understand this very well. And this is what your layer window. This is your layer window. Now, for you to understand this very well, this one here is your option window. For you to understand this very well, when you go to your window menu, when you go to your window menu, you will see different windows being highlighted here. You see different options here being highlighted here. Any window you want to activate, all these ones that are marked, they are showing you that they are already activated on my Photoshop environment. All these ones that are marked here, they are showing you that they are already activated on my Photoshop environment. Now, for example, this my tools here, if I unmark it, you see that my tool window has gone. But when I put it back, my tool window will come back. This is my tool window. So all these things, they are different windows you can work with in your Photoshop. They have their different functions, and maybe while the class will be going on, we'll make sure we touch most of these windows to see their functions. So having said that, we are going to be before we end this particular tutorial, we are going to be learning how to open a new file in Photoshop, how to get started in Photoshop, because Photoshop is not like other graphic design packages that maybe when you just open it you can just work. In Photoshop, before you can work with Photoshop environment, if you watch here, in this my layer window, you see that it is blank. It is because there is no work that is being opened. Before you can work here, you make sure you open a particular file to work. So we'll be opening a new file. And I'll be guiding you on how to open a new file on Photoshop. To do that, you just go to your file menu, and go to new. File menu and go to new, or you press your Ctrl plus N on your keyboard. Ctrl plus N, depending on the system you're using or the operating system you're using. If it's a Mac operating system, I think it will be Command plus N on your keyboard. So once you click this new, this box will show up. This pop-up box will show. This is where you create a new file. This is where you create a new file for the work you want to do, depending on the work you want to do. And you put the settings for the work you want to do. This is where you put the name of the work. Let's say, for example, the name of our work is, let's call it Chivitin. So you just put the name there, and this is your document type. Your document type is the type of paper you're using, or the size of the paper you want to use. Now in this document type, they have depending on the version of Photoshop you're using. Every version of Photoshop comes with a particular it comes with different default paper sizes that they recommend for you in case you want to use. For example, we have default Photoshop size. When I click it, you will see, if you just be watching this size place, this my width and my height, you see that for this default Photoshop size, the size is 7 inches by 5 inches. 7 inches by 5 inches. Now when I change it to something like US paper, it will change to what? 8.5 inches by 11 inches. Under this US paper, there are also other sizes like legal size, letter size, legal size, and tabloid size. When I click on the legal size, you see that the size has changed from 11 height to 14. When I put my tabloid, you see that it has changed now to 11 width and 17 height. So there are just different sizes that comes with this version of Photoshop. When I go to my international paper, under international paper, we have different sizes like A4, A6, A5, A3. All these are different sizes. If I want to design something like a flyer that will be printed on an A4, I can just quickly just use this my A4 size, which is 210 millimeters by 297 millimeters. Now, depending on the design you want to do, so that's what this your document type is all about. When I click on my web, it gives me a web based size. You understand? But what if you want to do a work that you don't really need these sizes? You want to give Photoshop your own size, as in your own size. You want to give Photoshop your own size. This is where your custom comes in. Your custom means let the user be the one that will determine the size he wants to the size of the document he wants to design. So this is where your custom comes in, and this is the place I always use because I'll be the one to put the size of the document I want to work with. Now, if you're designing something like a design that will be used primarily for social media, any design that will be used primarily for social media functions, the the size you that I advise should be a square size. What do I mean by square? The width and the height should be the same size, because most social media account like Instagram, or yeah, Instagram, even WhatsApp does it. When you want to upload a particular design that is not square. I don't know if you've tried it before, maybe on your WhatsApp profile picture. If you want to upload a particular image that is not a square image, WhatsApp will cut out some part and make that and just focus on the part that is squared. So that is why most times when I'm designing for people, or when a client gives me a work to work on, I always ask them, is this will this design be printed, or is it just for social media advert or for social media function? And if they tell me it's for social media, just for social media, so that they can just put it up on social media, I always put the design to be square, so that the design will not restrict them when they want to use it on special social media handles. Even Instagram, sometimes when you want to upload on Instagram, it will cut out some parts, especially when you're uploading plenty images at a time. It will cut out some part and make it square. So that is why I always advise people to put their sizes as square for social media function. Now imagine we are designing a flyer for social media. We'll be setting our size now. Now the default size I use the first setting I use when I want to work is this, and this is the size I will recommend you. Now the unit of your measurement should be pixel. The unit of your measurement should be pixel. Your width should be 1300 pixel, and your height should be 1300 pixel. Your resolution should be 300. This your resolution is what will determine how sharp or something like that the document will come in. So it will be your the resolution should be 300 pixel per inch. 300 pixel per inch. Your color mode should be RGB color mode, and your bit should be 16 bit, not 8 bit. 16 bit. Your background content, for this your background content, now what it means is that when you open this file, what should be um what should the background look like. um for here my background content is white. It means that when I open this file, my background will be white color. When I choose background color, what this means now is, now when you look at this part of your document here, you will see two colors here. One is something that is looking like wine color, the other one is looking like blue. Sorry, I don't really know colors like that. So these two colors here, this one that is at the top is called your foreground color. This one that is behind is called your background color. Now any color that is here, now you know you can set your colors. It's because I've set my colors here. The last time I worked with this Photoshop, the last time I worked, these were the colors that I used, and that was why that is why the color is still there. So this is my background color, this is my foreground color. What this means is any color that is at this your background color, if you choose background color here, you can see that automatically it has when it was white was shown here. But when I choose background color, it started showing me the color that is at the background there. It means that when I click OK now, the my background content, that is the color that will be at my background, will be this color, this my background color. Now when I choose transparent, it means that there will be no color. I will have a transparent background. When I choose order mean I will be the one that will set the particular color I want. But the color I do start with, any design I want to do, is white background color. After setting this, forget about this advanced. After setting this, just click on your OK. Once you click on your OK, your document will show. Once you click on your OK, your document will open. So this is our document. This is where you work. Any design you're seeing today that you admire, this is the place they do all the magic. This white place you see now, this is the place they do all this. You remember we put our background color as white, so this is the background color. This is where we do all the magic. This is your layer. Maybe in the next video I'll explain some of these tools and some of these windows. So everything you're going to be designing, everything will be done inside here. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and also comment. Thank you very much. I'm Mystic Chivisin. God bless you.